So that's when I started to think, all right, how am I going to make money?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to go from New York City, and I wasn't able to make it as a full-time creator there.
Yeah.
Well, what are my chances of doing it in Raleigh? And then my gears started turning, and I was like, you know what? Raleigh is different. You know, there's
100%.
it's not as big as New York. There's a lot less people there, and I feel like we were talking about this earlier, but we could really build the content creation community here.
Mm-hmm.
It needs some improvement.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you know what? Actually, maybe I have a better chance of doing that out here.
To make a wave in a market like Raleigh than in New York, where it's way more saturated, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I like immediately said I was going to do was start connecting with other photographers,
Cool.
other filmmakers, other companies, brands, everything. I wanted to meet anyone and everyone out here that was doing it.
I love it.
And so that gears were already turning while I was in New York. I was looking at YouTube videos. I was seeing people that were in Raleigh that were making YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, this is cool. We definitely have a chance of doing this.
For sure.
So when we moved to Raleigh, the foundation was already set up. I already knew what I was going to do. I had a game plan. Instantly, I already felt like I was doing better than I was in New York.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a familiar town, but still probably a new town, for example, like what you're trying to get into. So run me through this networking process, because this is really cool. Like what tools were you using to find these people? How are you having those conversations?
Instagram and YouTube played a big role into it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through Instagram. I found a bunch of people in the Visit Raleigh hashtag.
Yeah.
Geotagging locations and stuff.
For sure.
YouTube, I was in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
There was a really cool guy that I met. He does drone videos and
Nice.
stuff as a hobby.
Yeah.
I went into his comments. I was like, hey, you're where I'm going. Let's meet up, and we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so social media played a huge role
Mm-hmm.
into that, and to me being able to meet these people.
And this is such a major learning that I've had from doing this podcast. Like, people that are trying to find a network, or people that feel like they can't really get their name out, social media as a tool to build your network is an incredible just way of access that we have today. And it could be content, it could be e-commerce, it could be a service industry, whatever it is. There are people where you're at that are doing it, and you can find them on social media. So I just love that point, like constantly being reinforced, and I love highlighting it every time. Social media is your access to anyone, and the fact that we have that is just incredible today.
Yeah, like a lot of people say that we're less connected because of all this technology,
Yeah.
which I understand where they're coming from, but in a way I feel like we're more connected. We're able to do things that we weren't able to do 20 years ago. It would be impossible to find 50 creators in one location.
No kidding.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So it's a great tool. I love it. And I feel like content is king. Like one of the most influential people that I listen to, Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, for sure.
He preaches that day in and day out. Content is king. Content is king.
It is.
And so when people come to me and they're like, how can I build a network, or how can I meet people, or how can I'm like, social media.
For
That's the
sure.
answer.
Yeah. That's all you need, right?
Yeah.